Also at this meeting that I had, at this party with these masters, we came to a conclusion about karate. When you say karate, T is Okinawan dialect. When you say te is Japanese. But in the Okinawan dialect, it would be T. So you have karate. We have two characters, kara and T. So kara means empty or the void, and T means a hand. So everybody says that karate means like defending yourself without anything in your hands. It doesn't mean that. When you say kara, yes, it means empty or the void. And when you say T, yes, it means hand. But when you put the two characters together, it kind of takes on a different meaning. It doesn't mean empty hand. It means empty hand. So if you wanted to be more correct in the definition, it would be spirit hand. So if you had a weapon in your hand, it would still be karate. It represents here is empty. You know, I think the Japanese say mushin, you know, like no mind movement, spiritual movement, spiritual type of technique, not conscious thought. Conscious thought is too slow. You know? That's why you train all the time to have spiritual movement, not to have conscious thought movement. Even sometimes when you're doing some movement, you know, let's say you're kata trained, you're doing kata, and then you, at the end of the kata you say, oh, did I forget a part? It seems like I forgot a part. But I ended right. I must have done it. That's because at that time you became not lost, but your, subconscious took over, and you had an instinctive movement. You had more of a spiritual movement. And at the end, when you were all through, oh, you couldn't remember. You know, like that. The spirit moved the body, not your conscious mind.
And that's a level to attain?
Oh, yes. Yeah. There's a difference between practicing and training. Practicing, you're doing it from a conscious level, you know, you're thinking about this movement, trying to remember your kata or your movements or techniques or whatever, you know. And then later on, you already know it, but you just do it. You know, you don't think about it. And you say, well, I already know it, why do I have to practice it? No. Now your practicing is turning into training. So you're training your spirit all this time. Just like the floor in the dojo. The floor in the dojo has a name. It's called taijo. The taijo is a place for spiritual building. That's why when you walk in the dojo and leave the dojo, you always bow to the floor and you bow out. Because when you bow onto the floor and you're actually on the taijo, the floor, training floor, it's kind of like here's a place for your spiritual building.